everyone. I don't know. Oh my goodness. We are live. We are live. Forgive me. Give me a second to get myself together, everybody. If you are tuning in, it's one of those mornings. It's not afternoon, but thank you so much for joining me. If this is your first time, my name is Andrea. This is Geeky Girls Journal, and welcome to the live stream. Um, if you're new, like this, share it out with others so that we can have a party. You know, we love having additional guests, and you never know who this could help out. So bring them on in. You know, share this with the friends, family, neighbors, whomever you want to share with, and don't forget to subscribe. For those of you that are used to seeing my face, welcome on back, dreamers. Welcome in. Welcome in. So, uh, you all just had to give me a second to get myself together. So, um, yeah, I've been pretty busy these past couple of days. Hey, Bud Files, how you doing? Hey, Kenneth. Hello, hello. I see Miss Betty is in the building. Thank you very much for being here and waiting, Miss Betty, because I saw you while I was driving. I saw the messages pop up and I can hear them. So I'm glad you were here waiting. Thank you so much for that. And I think that just about sums it up. So, how was you all? How was everybody's day today? This is Monday, and Monday is definitely Monday. Yeah. So, I started out today with my normal routine and then just trying to, hey, Bammit, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in. Yeah. So, I just say I started out, you all, moving quickly, as I often have to do with my girls. So, I have one that just moved back into her apartment last night. So we got back in the house very, very late. Very, very late. And then I started today off with seeing another one off. So that's how I started my day. And I had to start after 12 because I was still traveling. So I'm just now getting back in. So this is the hot seat. I just jumped in this seat and now we're live. So tell me what's going on in your world. Hey, Miss Betty, how you doing? Let me know what's happening in your world. How's everything going? Mine is moving fast right now. I need to just sit here for a second just to take it all in and, kind of relax myself. But we're going to talk while we're doing that, filming as you talk. Good. So you are being productive. That's what you're doing. And, you were productive the last time too. So we'll be looking for some things from you, Miss Betty, and some others that are here as well. So today's topic, we'll get right into it. Today's topic is, and can you all see me all right? Let's see. Today's topic is doing what works for you. You had a busy weekend. I had a busy weekend. Yes, if you're talking about me, a very busy weekend. And it's Monday. It's Monday, so I'm trying to bring it down a little bit. Hey, Latoya, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Good morning, beautiful. I just got back from getting info for my daughter so that she can remain in college. Good for you. Listen, sometimes, those kids, it has to work. It has to work, Matthew. Thank you for coming in. It has to work. Yes, it does. We have no other choice. So, Latoya, yes, those children of ours, those adult children, young adults here, we have to still remain in their lives and help them because they're adults, yes, but they are young adults. They don't know how to do everything yet, and they still require our attention and our participation. So whatever you can do to help her out, help her out, help her out. She probably thinks she knows everything, but she doesn't. I have to tell my girls that all the time. That's better. I feel like I was looking a little crazy. So yeah, help them out. They need the assistance. They need the assistance. And that's a whole topic for another day, you all. What do you think about this? Like, were your parents really, really like hands-on when you were growing up? Or did they kind of just let you experience things and, just kind of figure it out? Did they let you just kind of figure it out, continue to guide and protect them? I agree, Bam, with Arthur Butler. I definitely agree. Yeah, we had to guide them and protect them. And, they want to do things. They want to do it all. I understand that. I was their age before and I wanted to do it all. And I did what I thought I could do. And, sometimes you're just trying to find that balance as a parent of an older child. And I'm learning now because I have two young adults now, and just trying to find out where exactly you fit in, where they want you to be, what you can still, be a part of. It's a delicate balance, and it varies. It differs by child, of course, because each child is different. Their personalities are different, and I think you just kind of had to ride the wave. That's what I'm finding out. You had to ride the wave because my oldest is different from my second. So yeah, it's definitely trial and error and just figuring things out. And I get my look. I still get my comments, my opinions, my suggestions, all of those things. But I let them. I try to get them the freedom to make the final decision because it's their decision, their life. But I definitely still guide. I definitely still protect. I am definitely a protector. Let's see what Miss Betty said. Our parents did not have to be hands on. We knew what to do, but they guided us. We did our own homework and did not have to tell us to do it and did not check us on it. We just did it. See, that's how my parents were with us. That's how my parents did it with us. Like, we were latchkey kids. We came in the house. We knew there was an agenda, there was a schedule. We came in, we got a snack, you did your homework, you did your chores. There was really no question. We knew exactly what we were supposed to do when we got in our house. Now, I just feel like my parents, they knew that, okay, they set these boundaries, these expectations, and we followed them. We did, it was almost just like a network. We just had a system. And now I just think it's a little bit different nowadays. And I wonder often, do I spoon feed my kids? Because I'm so like I'm a hands-on approach person, definitely. Like I want to be involved, but then I'm like, I need to just sit back. Like you all figure this out. I'm taking a break right now. Mom is on timeout. So let me see what you're saying. I had to guide and celebrate myself. I guess that's what made me be an involved parent. Yeah, see, and some of those experiences that we went through, and you know what? You all are actually right on topic. The topic is do what works for you. So here, I don't have to change the topic. So that's great. So yeah, it's like Latoya said, I guess that's what made me be an involved parent. Yeah, so some of your experiences, I think we were talking about this in a previous slide, if you experience doing things a specific way with your parents or whomever raised you, you look at things and then you say, hey, I might want to take this from what they've done and I use it in my life, or I might not want to do this. You know what? And then there are just some things that you tweak, to make work better for you. And that is what we're talking about. Doing what works for you. So good thing you all are on topic. Keep it up. Keep it up, chat. Let's see what you all are talking about. Hey, Val, how are you? Thank you for coming in, Val Creates. Good to see you. Because I know your name was different. You changed it, Val. But I know I remember your face. Do not do it. They would guide our, yeah, they did not do it. Yeah, they would guide us though. Look, guide, yes. I almost feel like guide and command. Guide and command, is that fair? Like my parents said what they want to have done, and we did what they told us to do. So it was more do as I say, no, to do this. And then we did it. We got it done. If my mother comes in here, she'll tell you, she can attest to it. Um, Parents today set it up differently. Yeah, I think we definitely set it up a little bit differently. I don't know about all the parents of today, but I can speak for myself. Like I definitely am more involved. I feel like my parents would just kind of like figure it out. Like you figured it out. You're smart enough, figure it out. Me, I will walk my kids through everything. They are smart. That's the thing. They're smart and they probably don't want me to, but I'm very detailed and real specific about what I want done. I'm like, hey, do this, that. And I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, we might need to take it a little bit old school, back to the old school. Hey, Miss Beautiful Betty. My mom said she did not raise us to stay home. They raised us to fly. That's what my mother said too. Almost the same words. That my mother said. It's time. They said something like the bird leaving the nest. They need to raise us to get out the nest. And I feel I raised my kids to get out the nest, but I just feel like I'm definitely still like always very involved in what they're doing. And I don't know, it works for me. I guess I just was thinking about thinking about it because even in my older daughter, she definitely like, she's like, Mom, I got it. I can do this myself. And both of them, I should say, Mom, I can do it. And I'm like, okay, I gotta learn how to take my hands out of it and let them go and let them do it. And they do. But as I was moving her, my husband and my two daughters and I were moving her into her place yesterday. I was like, I'm sure she don't know to ask this. She don't know how to do that. Don't know how to do that. And I had to find myself like moving back. But it's kind of weird because I was also in there talking to her roommates and stuff like that. She's like, Mom, like back off basically. But I just wanted to make sure that everything was right and set in place and that she has it. But I guess I had to learn how to take my hands off of it and let her do it all by herself. She can do it. She survived this long, and she made it through the first 2 years of college. But I don't know. What do you all think? Do you all think that you are more hands-on parents, or do you just let them, just go? Just go. I kind of like the do it yourself approach, but here's a little bubble wrapped around you. But also, you do have to learn how to do things by yourself. My mom, yes, it was a jury spot. Yeah, great topic. Thank you, Val. Hey, Nightbot. When are we going out? Hi, Latoya. Nightbot. Our parents worked hard too. They did not have to cuddle us, and they did not. They definitely did not cuddle us. I am a child of their products. My parents did not cuddle us. Like, we had to figure it out. We had to figure things out, and it just seems a little different to me now. Like, I know I've heard a lot of parents say, do we coddle our kids too much now? Do we coddle them? And I would not want my kids to be so coddled to the point where they had no life experiences and didn't have any understanding of what to do once they left my house. That's what I do not want. Like, I want them to be self-sufficient. I want them to be independent young ladies, because I know they're capable, they are smart, and they can handle it. They can handle it. I just want to make sure that they have everything they need, when they leave, and that I did the absolute best I could, and I gave them a strong foundation so that when they get out there, they just not like sheep. What is it? Sheep in a wolf's den or whatever. I don't want them to get bitten. I know that they probably will experience a bite occasionally, but I don't want them to get bitten and devoured and, chomped. And what do you all think about that? I'm gonna read some of these comments over here. If it works for you, it works. Thumbs up to our amazing host. Shout out to hey, Eerie Frog, how are you? I'm hands on. Yeah, Val. Yep. If they are saying they can do it themselves, and you are raising them right. Yeah, I'm hands on, but Latoya says I'm hands on, but I allow them to live freely because they know better. Mine know better too. And I had to say, I really have not had any issues with my kids. I really got a good set of kids, y'all. I cannot complain. And I had a 5. And I think a lot of times, when you have large families, sometimes people are like, what? Not even one? No, I really don't have. I mean, my youngest, they're still quite young, but I'm projecting out. I do not anticipate any issues with them. I don't anticipate any issues with them because I'm very clear on my expectations of my kids, and I have the conversations. If something is not where it should be, I'm the first one, or my husband, he'll tell them in a minute too. But I'm really, like I said, I'm hands-on. So if I see something that's not going in the right direction, I'm jumping in. You better believe it. I'm gonna tell somebody something, and it'll be known amongst the group that we need to talk about this. We need to decide something differently. We need to look at these other options because this one ain't it. Let's see. Betty, my bestie. Hey, Eerie Frog. So yeah, so we'll go into the topic. We can kind of pivot right on into the topic, you all. And I think you all have had things to say so far. So I know you're gonna have something to say about this topic. So the topic is the same. Like I said, it's in line with what we're talking about now. Right now, we're just talking about on the parenting end, doing what works for you. So as a parent, as some of you have shared, some of our parents were just kind of, you have freedom to do what you're supposed to do the right thing, and they're not going to be so hands-on, right? But we also have those parents that I spoke of, like myself, that's really involved. And I'm not saying my parents weren't involved. They were very involved in my life, but they had to work. So they relied on us to make the right choice. They trusted, and they instilled enough morals and values in us that they said, okay, they will make the right choice. And if we didn't, well, we had consequences. So that's what that was. We had to pay the price. Pay the price if you don't do what you're supposed to be doing. But yeah, they had things they had to do, and it was like, hey, you figure it out. So you do what works best for you in your household, is what I'm saying. If it works better for you to be hands-on, you be hands-on. If it works better for you to just kind of, say, hey, you know what the great thing, you know what you're supposed to do, we'll guide you and all those great things. But ultimately, you got to make the right decisions that work for you. And whatever, the whole point is, do what works best for you, what works best for your household. And that can also apply in business. It can apply in any situation, really. What works best for you. What I've noticed, like in business, if you're trying to do something, a carbon copy of what somebody else is doing, it may not work for you. It may not work for you. Why? Because both you and that other person are completely different. So what they do may not work for you. You may have to take another approach, right? And that's just life in general. So I wrote a couple of things down. I'm going to go to it in a minute after I catch up with the comments, and then we'll just kind of freestyle. But I wanted to make sure I hit a couple of points and didn't forget. And thank you all for coming in, and those of you who are waiting, I appreciate it, because I was definitely traveling. Hey, Riz, how you doing? My weight loss journey. Hello. Latoya, my oldest, got out of pocket one time, but when she got my reaction, she calmed down, and that never happened again. Yes, Latoya. Yep, that happens. And also, like, the younger ones, when they see that happen with the older kids, they're like, okay, I know that's not a game. I know she's not playing. I know she's not playing. And they know their kids are smart and they're resilient. So I agree. That's what happens. Geeky, I'm doing well, fam. Great to hear that, Riaz. My journey says, oh, she's speaking. Okay. So we've already said, do what works best for you. Nobody is the same. Everybody's different. Everybody has different personalities. Hey, Cal, how you doing? How are you today? Good to see you. Everybody's personalities are different. And what works for Miss Betty, what works for Cal, what works for my weight loss journey, what works for, I'm looking at these names over here, what works for Val, they're all going to differ, because we all have different strengths. We all have different weaknesses. We all have different things that motivate us. We all have different things that we like, things that we dislike. So that is going to all play a part in figuring out what works best for you. What I suggest, we all learn differently. That's something that's very important. Some of us are visual learners. We see things and then we're able to remember them. We're able to process, and we're able to interpret things that way. Some of us are auditory auditory listeners or auditory learners, where you can hear something and you remember it. Me, I am visual. I have to see something. I also have to be hands-on. That's kinesthetic. So you learn by doing. So if I do something, more than likely I got it down. If I can just do it the first time, and it may take me a second time, depending on what it is, I got it. My weight loss journey, blessings, geeky girls love. Hey, Tracy, how you doing? Hey, sister. Hi, that's my sister. That's my sister in the building. Hey, sister. You already know we had to figure it out. And we bet not. That's right. We better not do something we shouldn't be doing. See, I told y'all somebody in my family was going to come in and confirm what I just said. I thought it was going to be my mama, but my sister came in, and see, she knows. Our parents were like, no, you figure it out. And with my sister and I, when I went away to college, let me give you all an analogy. When I took my kids to college, my first child to college, I'm going to take my second. When I took my first to college, we got everything. Like, we had 3 SUVs full of stuff. No kidding. It was like she was moving into a house. And she had everything. I was just sitting here looking at it. I was like, wow, it's crazy, because I can remember when I was going to college, when my parents, when I went to college, when I traveled from Michigan to Maryland and came to college, I literally had one trunk You all remember those trunks that had like the lock on the front, where they had the thing where you could put like a padlock on the front and lock your things up? I had that, and I had a suitcase. I think I might have had two suitcases. Did I have a television? I don't remember having a TV. No TV. Might have had a microwave. Maybe had a microwave. That was it. It was like whatever you can get in that suitcase. It was a large suitcase, and whatever you can fit in that trunk is what you were taking. And that's all I had. My kids, they had refrigerator, microwave, TV, game systems. They have everything. My point is, we had to figure it out. And the way we figured it out was, okay, we took the bare minimum and we made it work, because my parents was like, you figure it out. Why am I writing a list of things you need for college? Why am I trying to figure out when we need to go and how we're gonna get there? You figure it out and then you let me know how to do it. And that made us very responsible, because we knew if we wanted to get to that next point, we had to have things figured out. Not saying that my kids don't, I'm just saying it's a different time. It's a different time, and um, they're doing what works for them, obviously. We had to do what work for us. Let's see if I missed somebody. Facts. That's what Young Riz said. Yep. Thank you all for coming in and chiming in. I appreciate it. My weight loss journey. My sister, she knew where to find me since she couldn't call me, because we usually have our talk time doing this, but since I'm doing lives now, I just do it this way. So that's the thing. So also another way that people learn is by reading and writing things. So you can read things and write it down to try to help you remember. So I was just saying that to tell you all that those are different ways that people learn how to do things. So that also helps to aid into doing what works best for you. If you know that you're a visual learner, then you need to have some visual things to help you remember things that you need to do. Maybe use some graphs, use different colors. Me, I write notes and then I highlight things in different colors. I might use pink highlighter for something, a yellow one for something else, a green one, and it just goes on and on. So I know I'm visual colors that pop, kind of get my attention. So that's what I do. When I was writing my notes today, I kind of did the same thing quickly. I highlighted some things in yellow, see? And I wrote that down really quickly before I sat down. So the next thing you have to do is find a method that works best for your situation. When you're trying to figure out what works best for you, find a method that works best for your situation. And we were talking about um, parenting, for example. What works best for you parenting? If having a schedule works for you, create a schedule. If not having a schedule works and you're one of those people who just kind of like to go with the flow of things and um, live by the seat of your pants, is that what they call it? Fly by the seat of your pants and just kind of experience things as they come along, then that's what you do. Just because your neighbor has a agenda and an itemized schedule does not mean that you have to have one. Just because your best friend works best, you know, um, putting things in a block calendar doesn't mean that that's what's going to work for you. So you have to do what works best for you. Be self-aware. Pay attention to how things make you feel. Pay attention to what motivates you and what makes you want to keep doing what you're doing. So think about those things to help you do what works best for you. Okay. That was one of my first points. That was my first point. I don't do premarital dating because I'm focused on myself and the faith reasons. Okay, so that's what works best for you, Riaz. You don't do premarital dating because of your belief, and you want to focus on yourself. There we go. That's what works best for him. Right? Okay, absolutely right. So be self aware. The second thing is it's okay not to have all the answers. If you don't have all the answers to everything, that is okay. You're not going to have all the answers because guess what? You're human. You're human. You're going to make mistakes. So you might as well embrace the mistakes. You're going to change from season to season or day to day. It's okay. You're going to do that. You're going to have differences, and then you're going to have different opinions. You might change your perspective. You might have thought one way 2 weeks ago, and now you read an article or you read a book or you heard a sermon, and now your thoughts are different. It is okay to do that as well. You don't have to have the same thoughts as your spouse. You don't have to have the same thoughts as your sister. Just because she feels one way does not mean you have to feel the same way, right? We're all individual. We were all created to be our beautiful, unique selves. So do what works best for you. That's the whole topic. That's the whole title of this conversation, is doing what works best for you. Okay, the other thing is, let me see. Yeah, go with the flow when you're trying to, when you don't have all the answers, and you may or may not feel like, depending on what kind of person you are, you might feel like you have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have it all figured out. Sometimes you just have to go with the flow. Sometimes you just have to take it step by step, and you figure things out along the way. I'm doing a whole lot of that right now, figuring things out along the way. What I'm figuring out boundaries for certain people. I'm figuring out, like I said earlier, with my daughters, they're older now. So, how much do they need me in their life? How much do I need to pull back? Should I inject myself into this situation, or should I just sit back and let them work it out by themselves? I found myself doing that yesterday at my daughter's apartment. Okay, I jumped in because I had lots of questions. I wanted to make sure that everything was, laid out and in order before I left. But what I found out was everything couldn't be solved in that one night. Everything couldn't be solved. I have to wait. I have to make some calls, and she has to make some calls. She has to do some talking to people, and things will get resolved. But I have to go with the flow on this one, because I'm not going to get the answer right now like I wanted it. I wanted answers right now, but I had to wait, and we got to see how it's going to work out. Does that mean I'm not still going to make calls? Psh, if you know Geeky Girls Journal, you already know I'm going to be on that call. I'm going to be on the phone making calls. So, yeah, still do what you have to do, but don't stress out in the situation trying to change things that you don't have the power to control. You absolutely can do what is within your power to do, what's in your might. And then you just leave it at that. You do what you can do, and you just go with the flow. Just let it roll. Just go. Just go with it. Just go along with it. So that's two. So the first point I shared was be self-aware, pay attention to how things make you feel. The second thing is it's okay not to have all the right answers, or not to have all the answers, right? The answers may not be right all the time. You might have a wrong answer, but what do? You keep moving. You pick yourself up, and you just keep going, and you keep trying until you figure out what works best for you, right? It's a lot of trial, a lot of going through things, a lot of experience that may have to happen. So don't be afraid to venture out into new territory and figure out what works. Okay. So if you're looking at, see, and this is the other thing. I think this is my next point. So I'll just hold on a second. My next point 3 is don't compare yourself with others. Don't compare yourself with others. What worked for that person may not work for you. So if you're looking at me, I'll just use myself for an example. If you're looking at me and you said, Geeky Girls did it this way, Geeky Girl says she did it that way. So you look at those things that I'm suggesting or that I'm doing, try it out. If it works for you, if it works for you, it works. If it doesn't, it does not work. But don't measure your success, or don't measure how productive you are by looking at me. I am who I am. Don't look at me and make me your, like, okay, this is the goal. And if she's doing it this way, this is how I have to do it to be successful. And I'm just using myself for an example for those of you who say, oh yeah, but such and such is better, doing it better than you. Well, let them do it better than me. That's your opinion. And that's them. I'm me. What I've learned is that, authenticity wins. Authenticity matters. So if I'm doing it the way that works best for me, and I'm being authentic in doing so, I'm already winning, because I'm doing it the way that I can do it, and only I can do it. And I'm doing it the way that works best for me. So I may have seen something that an expert said to do, and I said, okay, you know what? That sounds like something that works for me. I'm a visual learner, so I can do it that way, and I'm going to try it out. You know, I'll try it, and if it works, then I have a winner. But if it doesn't, then I just won't do it that way, right? Some of you are business owners, and you might look at other business owners and they say, if you do it this way, you're guaranteed to win, or you're guaranteed to have 500,000 subscribers, you're guaranteed to get 1 million subscribers. And then you do that very thing and it does not work for you. And you're like, they said I was guaranteed to get 1,000 subscribers if I did it this way, but you didn't get 1,000 subscribers. You know why? Because you're not that person. It worked for them. It's not going to work for you. You can take some of the things that they're saying and try to apply it to your life and say, okay, this sounds like something that could work, or this sounds like something that maybe I can tweak to make work for me. Now, again, it's trial. Try it. It's not going to hurt you to try it. But if it fails and it just keeps blowing up in your face, why would you continue to do that thing? Why would you continue to do it? That's just going to be a time waster at that point. Now you need to say, okay, I tried it. It did not work. Here's the evidence that it didn't work. If you're one of those people who like to look at data and analytics, look at those. Look at your data from the time you started doing this particular thing that worked to the time you stop. Oh, did it move up? Did it increase? Did it decrease? Did you get more sales doing things this way? Did you get more eyes on your business doing it this way? Did you get more eyes on your YouTube channel? If we're talking about content creators, were you able to see an increase in views? Were you able to see an increase in watch hours? Right? Look at all those things. If you see that it was just staying the same or it dropped, why would you continue to do it? I mean, yeah, give it a little time, but why continue to do it? It's obvious that it's not working for you. It's obvious. So you drop it. Drop it like a bad habit. Pick something else up, right? Go listen, go do something else. Try something else. Then you measure it that way. See if this thing works. If that thing starts working, you say, oh, okay, this is taking off. I like the direction this is going. There you go. It's working for you. Now that's something that you had that you say, okay, this works for me. This is how I'm going to do it. I can give you an example using my hair. Okay, I used to buy so many products. Like I was the product junkie queen. I'm telling you, I was a queen about everything, anything that related to hair, because I was trying to figure out how to decrease my hair from being frizzy, how to keep it from, just doing what it wanted to do, because it was big hair, don't care. My hair's still like that. I've learned how to deal with it. But the point of this conversation is, so I used to buy all these products, and I'm like, okay, more than half of them just didn't work. I'm like, okay, this didn't work. I wasted $15 on that. That didn't work. Wasted 10 on that. But it was a lot of going through things to figure out what worked for me. Finally, I feel like I finally came up with a routine. I finally came up with something that works for me. Okay, Andrea, wash your hair, condition it. Don't use the hair dryer. Braid it up. So I started braiding my hair in like four little sections, and I had little braids, right? I just put 4 braids, 2 up here and 2 in the back. Let my hair air dry. And I knew my hair was not going to be at the maximum. It was not going to look the way that I wanted it to until around day 5 or 6. So I know I had that whole time period where day 1, it's not going to look the way I want it to look. Day 2, absolutely not. Day 3, maybe. But I'm really looking at day 4, 5, 6. So I knew long term, after I washed my hair, if I could just wait out those few days, I knew I was going to have I knew my hair was going to finally say, okay, now I'm ready. I'm dry enough, and it's giving hair, right? The hair is hair, like people say. So I learned by trial and error. Some people say, hey, if you wash your hair and then you twist it this way and then you twist it that way, stand on your head and do it this way, do a co-wash, do a super wash, do a treatment, do it this, do it that. It was a lot. And I was getting overwhelmed. It was a lot of information coming to me at one time. So I would listen to all these videos. I would take notes. I would even highlight. You all saw me. You all see I highlight things in my book. I would highlight things. I'd write notes on top of those, put post-its on my mirror. And I realized none of that stuff was working. I had to actually go through the process. I had to go through the process, figure out for myself what worked best for my hair, right? What worked best for my hair. Once I did that, I had it all under control. Now I know I have a good routine. I mean, the routine I do right now, it works. My hair looks pretty much the same every time. I already know, like I said, don't try on day one, it's not going to look the way I want it to look. Day two, day three, no. Let's wait about four, at least 4 days. Then I'll get that result. So some of you may have the same experiences. Okay, so in life, in life, if you know that you don't like being in large crowds of people, why would you put yourself in a large crowd of people? If you know that if you're in a large crowd of people, you get triggered or you feel overwhelmed or you get anxious or you just whatever. If you don't have to be in large crowds, why would you put yourself in situations that will result in you being uncomfortable? Right. And I know that you do have to, make different accommodations for different situations. So there may be times where you have to be in a large crowd and where you may have to speak in front of a crowd or where you may have to give a public speech or um, there are different things that cause for you to be in uncomfortable situations. I'm not saying to shy away from them altogether. I'm just saying you have to do what works best for you. If you can control the situation a little bit more and you can say, all right, I'm not really that, I don't thrive when I am. Um, oh, I have a great example. Okay. Some of us love to communicate, right? Some of us love to communicate, but our styles may different. For me, I'm more of a person that can talk to somebody face to face, and I like to communicate that way. I like to be able to read your face. I like to be able to see your eyes. I like to be able to just have that one-on-one conversation, or it doesn't have to be one-on-one. It can be a group of people. I have no problem with crowds, but some people may say, I don't like to interact with people. I'm more of an introvert. I just want to be by myself in my room, listening to my music. And that's quite all right. If you know that about yourself, then you make the situation work so that it works out best for you. And I know, again, not every situation you can control and have that happen. But sometimes, if you're in a business situation, you might say, I prefer to have a virtual meeting as opposed to coming and meeting up with 100 people. And if that situation allows, and that's what you do, right? Me, I prefer to talk things. I prefer to talk. Some people prefer to write. So some people prefer to write things out. They can write books. They just want to write, right? They just want to write. So maybe if they write it down and then they say what's on there written, say what's written out, then they'll thrive. For others, you're more of a spontaneous speaker. You're more spontaneous. So whatever thought you have, you just start going with it. That's me. Whatever thought I have, I just kind of go with it. You're more spontaneous. You can think of something right on the spot. You can talk to anybody about anything. So that's more that. All right. So the next point, this is 4. So 3 was don't compare yourself. That's very important. Don't compare yourself with others. Just because that person is doing it does not mean it's going to work for you. You figure out what works best for you. It may take a little while to get to that point, but figure it out. All right. Try different things to see what works best for you. Kind of just talked about that, right? So try different things. Learn from your mistakes. That's number 5. Learn from your mistakes and your failures. Hmm, I don't really like to say failures, you guys. I like to say lessons. Um, Failures is not a bad word. Let me start there. So for people who use failures, that's fine. I just prefer to say lessons because I think that if I did something that didn't work the first time, that was a lesson for me. Just another way for me to figure out a way to do it better. It's a way for me to figure out a way to do it better, and it gives me more time and more experience, more knowledge. And I told you all, I'm hands-on. I'm a hands-on person. I'm a visual person. So if I'm doing something and it's not working, well, I just I'll try again. I'll try again. And don't minimize or don't be dismissive of the things that you're doing because you feel like you didn't get it right the first time. So that's what I would say. Don't feel like you're just I don't want to say the word that people say, but don't feel like you can't accomplish anything or you're just less than because you did not accomplish that last goal or whatever it was that you set your mind to do and then it didn't turn out the way that you wanted it to. That's just a part of life. Like you're going to go through, you're going to have some tough spots. You're going to have some challenges, but you have to learn from those mistakes. That's all. You have to learn from those mistakes. You also have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable in a lot of situations. And I know I said a second ago, do what works best for you. If you're an introvert and you don't want to be around crowds and things like that, then you also sometimes you do have to just tweak those things, you know. If that particular situation might work best for you, but you might also be called one day to do something a little bit differently. So don't be afraid to try new things and to experience life and just to go for it. Like you have to go for it and you can't be afraid to take one step at a time, put one foot in front of the other. And I was listening to no, was it that was Crystal Evans. Crystal Evans was saying in one of her lives that it's about the small things. And I can agree with that because I've heard somebody else say that before. And I can't remember who it was, but it was a male. And they were talking about it's the small steps that count. Like it's doing something small every day and just trying to that's weird. Huh. I just heard a door close. But it's taking those small steps and learning from those small things that you do every day. That you don't, I think people think a lot of times it's about those huge leaps, but it's not always about those leaps. It's about being consistent, it's about enduring, it's about doing those little things that will make a difference. That will make a difference overall. It's about doing one small thing a day. If you want to lose 10 pounds. Let's say you have a goal and you want to lose 10 pounds. So do something small every day. Start walking. You don't have to start running because truth be told, if you go out there and you try to start running a mile and you haven't ran in 25 years, you might face some difficulties and it might be a little challenging to just start and just get up and start running out of nowhere. So you want to start small, start walking for 20 minutes, right? And then you'll start walking 30 minutes. And then the next thing you know, you'll be jogging, right? And then the next thing you know, you you'll start doing a half a mile, right? And then a mile, and then you just keep growing from that point, and you're going to be doing. It's just the small steps, just taking those things in small chunks, and not trying to make a major change, but just trying to do something in small doses. Let's see what we said. Hello, Planet Mimi TV. How are you? Thank you for coming in. I saw you. I just can't remember if I said hello. Hey, Brand. Thank you, Brand. Planet Mimi, Brand is speaking to everybody. Let me see if I missed anybody up here while I was talking. So yeah, don't forget, make those small changes because they are going to make a difference. Take those small steps. Take those small steps. And I can't get this thing to move. So yeah, that's it. I just wrote down the 5 points and it's 42 minutes. So that's good. I'm doing well so far. I forgot to mention, Geeky Girls, do you got milk and cookies? No, no, I don't. I forgot to mention for anybody who is new here, these books that my husband and I co-created were originally created for my daughters to just kind of help them through challenges in their life because they were the minority in their school district and in their area. So we wanted them to remember who they were, and we wanted them to love the skin that they were in and love themselves. So we created these books, and then we just decided that we would release them for other boys and girls, other girls and boys, whichever way you want to take it, and share these with parents. So in these books, you have lots of vocabulary words, high level vocabulary words. So if you're really into vocabulary words like we are in my family, then these would be a great set of books for you to have. If your children like humorous stories, these would also be good because there's a lot of humor and sarcasm in this book. What else? The young lady that's in here, she is very intelligent, but there are also life lessons that are intertwined in these stories. So if you're looking for something like that for your children, and you should be because they're great books, I recommend them highly. Then go to geekygirlsjournal.com and purchase them for the girls in your life that you love. They're going to love these books. And also check out geekygirlsjournal.com for merchandise, attire, things of that nature. And we are going to be adding some more things to the site in the future. I'm trying to think about what works best for me. I'm trying to think about how to balance Geeky Girls Journal with the social media platforms and trying to figure out my healthy balance between being a mom, a business owner, and a content creator. So check these out. They're on sale as usual. And do you all have anything to add? Because I feel like I know I've been talking, but I want to hear something from you. What do you think? What are your thoughts about doing things or doing what works for you? Doing what works for you in life. If you are a person, like I said, that likes more of a schedule, just do more of that. Schedule more of your time. Do time blocking. Use color coding. I tend to vary. I kind of go between. I initially thought I was a great person who loved to follow a schedule and like organization. And that's why I still love all those things. I realized that the dynamics of my household require me to be very flexible. They require me to be very flexible and to be able to go with the flow. And sometimes I have to just move by the seat of my pants because I never know what's going to happen. Somebody wants to do something right now. Let's go. But also, I would have to say that something that's worked for me that my daughters know well, and it's funny because they also their friends also know this, because one day when I was going to pick my daughter up, one of her friends said to me, when she was asking for a ride home, and she said, "I know you don't like things that are last minute." And I just started laughing because my kids know that about me. I don't like last minute plans. I don't like to know things right before it's happening. I want a heads up. Tell me, don't wait to tell me the day that it's happening. Don't wait to tell me 2 minutes, or don't wait to tell me while I'm right there waiting for you in the parking lot. Then you say something. I need to know. Give me some advance. Now, I know that some things do pop up and I can't have an advance notice for everything, but I tend to be one that I find myself less, uh, I find myself in a more calm state, or I'm not overwhelmed when I know what's happening, or I already know, like you told me last week that this had to be done. So it's already scheduled. It's in my calendar. It's color coded. I know it's happening. I know it's about to happen. Do not just ask me at the last minute. So I tend to work well. I function well in environments like that. Now, if something comes up, and it's a lot of things that come up, I'm like, oh, gotta do this, gotta do that. And then I'm moving fast, real fast. Gotta do this, gotta do that. And I can adjust, and I can do it. But what works best for me is having a notice. I thrive well in those areas. I like to know. Let me know what you're gonna do. And that's what the weird things about me with YouTube, the fact that I have to be more pop-up. I can't, I'm not really scheduled. It's more like, hey, I'm coming. So, geeky girls, do you got milk and cookies? No, geeky girls. Okay, auntie. Hey, Mr. Act Now or Never. What up? I don't like last minute, but I'm super spontaneous. Isn't that kind of, and it sounds like it's a contradiction, but yeah, I found myself being the same. Like, I do not like last minute things, but also I've got to be flexible in situations, and I have to be able to just kind of move with the flow of things. And not everything's going to be scheduled all the time. So I've had to learn over the years that, okay, let's go. Got to be over here. Now we got to be over there. I had to drop this off yesterday. Now I got to be on the road right now. Got to go now. Got to be back in 2 hours. It's just got to keep it moving type of thing. Hello, LP. How you doing? Yep. So anything else? Anybody? It's 1:12. Oh, I can't even believe myself that I'm done in 48 minutes, or can be done in 48 minutes. Anybody have anything else going on that we should talk about? Any lives? Anything coming up that you've done? Or would you like to add anything more to this conversation before I say goodbye? Mr. Act Now or Never? Yeah, so Miss Betty, you got anything? LP, OG, Brand. Who else is in here? Did I see? Let me scroll up. Oh, don't forget you all. Like this, share it out, and subscribe. Those are the things YouTube likes. So do all those things YouTube likes. I like it too. They like it. I like it. It helps me become more visible, and I am working on those things that we call WHs. So, yeah, we're making some progress. I guess I should have had something pulled up where I could have shared the screen to tell you all how we're doing with that. Let me look. I can look on my phone and let you all give you all a quick little update on how many hours, just so you know where we stand. Mr. Agnell or never in my line of work, I had to be ready to pivot on a moment's notice. Yeah. So you said you're super spontaneous. Yeah. So that kind of goes along with what you said, Mr. Agnell or never. I get it. And in my line of work, I had to be spontaneous too. And I have to be able to go with the flow. And I got to be able to jump in where I'm needed. That's another thing. Jump in where I'm needed. Do what work. So do what works for you. Another thing is when you're doing what works for you, you guys, this is something that's very important. I still struggle with this a lot. Okay. Don't feel like you have to have everything done by yourself. Like you don't have to have it all figured out. I don't think we'll ever have everything figured out. You don't have to have everything figured out. So you don't have to have all the answers to everything. And you don't have to do it alone. You really don't. If you have a community, allow that community of people, your support system, to help you out. Some people really want to help you and they don't expect anything back. So when they offer you help, and when they say, hey, I can assist you, don't be afraid to take it. Like, take that assistance. Take it. I'm not saying be somebody who's a leech and somebody who's always like leaning on somebody all the time, every day, all day to do something. But I am saying it's okay to accept help. It's all right. If you have a business and you're doing everything by yourself, because that is how it is. You wear so many different hats. I know I'm wearing so many hats. You're trying to do everything yourself. Outsource. If you need to outsource, get some help. If you need somebody to help out in the business aspect, if you're not a good marketer, if you're not a good advertiser, I find I'm not very good at those things. I'm not very good at those things. I probably should outsource, right? So outsource it. And then you're going to find that you'll get more of your time back. Now that's less time that you have to worry about trying to figure out how to market, how to advertise. I can't tell you how many books I've read and videos I've looked at trying to figure out how to market, how to advertise in business, how to do this, how to do that. I don't have a degree in either of those things, and I don't have anybody on my team that does that. And I've found a lot of my time going towards that, a lot of my time doing other things that I have no idea what I'm doing. But there is somebody out there that is very good at doing that. Maybe you know somebody. Maybe there's somebody in your family who can tell you how to do it. Maybe there's a friend that does that for a living. Or maybe you just have to end up spending a couple dollars. Well, it's going to be more than a couple dollars. It ain't going to just be a couple dollars. So maybe you can find somebody who can do that. And if you have the money to pay somebody to do it, pay somebody the money to do that. Pay somebody the money. Pay somebody to do it. Just pay somebody to do it. Because now that's less stress for you. That's less on your plate that you have to deal with. And it gives you more time to do those things that you really like to do. Right? That's doing what works for you. What works for you should be doing what you like to do, right? And if it's something you don't like to do, and if you can afford to have somebody else do it, let them do it. Let them do it. Let's see. Good afternoon. Hey, girl, Dad. How are you? I love your shorts. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Acknow. Never. I think you're talking to me. So thank you very much. Let's see. Hey, everyone. Hey, Dolores. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for coming in. Hey, Jay, the motivator. Hey, how you doing? Everybody, that's Joe. Joe is in the building. Hey, Joe. Say hey, Joe. Julie said Mr. Joe. Hey, Joe. What up, Joe? Yeah, so I'm glad to see you all in here. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, everyone in the chat listening for a few on my lunch break. Oh, that is awesome. Thank you for Thank you so much, Joe, for spending your part of your lunch break. Don't spend it all because you need that me time. Spending some of your lunch break with me, I appreciate it. Yeah, so you guys, give yourself that time, however you can find it. If it's spending a little bit more money, then if you have it to spend, do it. Spend it on somebody who can do it for you. Outsource. If you if you need somebody to work on your editing, if you're a content creator, editing takes forever. That's why I'm doing lives. I don't have to edit them right now. You all know I told you what happened with my hard drive. All those videos that I had on my hard drive just gone. Can't do anything with them. I'm still waiting. The tech person finally sent me the hard drive back. But guess what? It's still not working. When I plug it in, I can't even get anything to come up. So guess what I'm doing? I'm going with the flow right now. I'm trying to go with the flow. Um, they sent me no directions. I was like, okay, so did you fix it or not? What happened? So we're in the process of trying to figure that out. In the meantime, I'm just going to be here live talking to you all, having a great day and talking about what works for me and what works for you. So in the meantime, I hope everyone is doing well. Yes, yes, Mr. Agnauer never. Oh, Dolores is speaking to you. So yeah, you all don't be afraid to seek out help. Don't be afraid to ask for advice. Now, I may not have a team right now. I mean, a huge team of people that I work with to help Geeky Girls Journal function. But I truly believe in my heart one day I will. One day I'm going to have a team and I'll be able to say, hey, you do this, you do that. I'm going to do this. And everybody is going to thrive because I'll be doing what I'm best. I'll be doing the thing that I'm best at doing. That person will be doing the things they're best at doing. And the other ones on my team will be doing, whatever they do best. And then it'll all come together and it's going to work out. So I say that just to encourage you to continue to do what works for you. Don't worry about trying to figure out what Joe is doing. Yeah, Joe. Don't worry about trying to figure out how Mr. Acknauer never is doing it. What Mr. Acknauer never is doing is working for him, right? Figure out what works best for you and you do more of that thing. Do more of that thing. If right, girl, dad, exactly. And Joe, yeah. I'm not worried about what Joe is doing on his channel. I might come by and visit and say, "Hey, Joe, how you doing? Hey, act now and never. Hey, Dolores. Hey, whomever." But I'm not going to take their style because their style is their style. They are doing what works best for them. I'm going to continue to do what works best for me. And what I'm doing now, you all, it's working. It's working. It looks like it's working. I mean, I'm being myself. I'm being authentically me. And I think in the end, that is what truly works. Like, I believe. Okay, you all tell me what your thoughts are on this. You tell me, would you prefer to be around an authentic person or somebody who's just, phony? Yeah, phony. Which one would you prefer? Would you prefer authenticity or would you prefer somebody who's trying to be a copy of somebody else? You let me know. I'm going to read these comments while you weighing in. Dolores says, it's easy to find help. When I started running channels and pages, it was hard to find people to even reach out to even work with. That's difficult. Trying to find people to work with. I would say if you're talking about work with in what capacity, Dolores, like work with here on a platform, working with like collaboration wise, or are you saying work with to help kind of build your team? I'm just looking for a little clarity, then maybe I can answer. See, authentic. Looks like people like authenticity. Hey, ARD, how are you? Thank you for coming in. Tapping in from the Bay with much respect. Authenticity is key, but it's not favored these days. No, I have to say I like a very authentic person though. But you're right. A lot of people like. I don't want to say a lot. Some people like to see the same exact thing over and over. I don't. I like a very unique person. I like an authentic person. And also, you show me your authentic self, and I can make a better decision. Right? I can make a better decision if I want to spend my time with you or not. And that's just it. I don't know. How many of you feel the same way? Like if you show me who you are and it's truly who you are, and now I can say I choose to interact, I choose to engage with this person or not. And it'd be my choice, but at least you were being your authentic self. I don't like being bamboozled. I don't like it when, you know, sometimes people say one thing and mean something else. Just say what it is that you mean. I don't know. And then I can make that decision. Or I don't like it if you're trying to act one way, then you switch it up and you're just being another way. Now, I'm not saying you can't change, because you can. I've talked about that. I've changed. People change over the years. People change daily. But I think your authentic self shines through. Like, I could be on here acting like somebody else, and I believe you all will be able to see that. I would only be able to pretend for so long. I would only be able to pretend for so long. You all see my shirt? This is truly me. If my mouth doesn't say it, my face definitely will. See that? If my mouth doesn't say it, my face will. That's why I said it's been a whole lot of times where God was just like, put that mouth, you put that hand on my mouth, that Holy Ghost hand. Shut up, Andrea. Be quiet. Don't say nothing. Huh? Don't say nothing. Authentic. It was hard. So tap in tonight. I will be DJing live on TikTok. See, and you told me um, the last time Ag Now or Never, I went over to your TikTok and I went too early, and then by the time you were really doing it, because I think you said 8 o'clock or something like that, I missed it because I started doing stuff with the girls and I forgot. I'm gonna have to write. See, I would have to write it down and put it in my calendar or something like that, and have the alarm go off. That's what I would have to have, the alarm go off, because I think during the time that you do it is when I'm like momming to the 10th power. Like, I'm doing activities or cooking or something kid related. But drop it in the chat what time you're gonna do it, because I think you said last time 8 o'clock. And if you all are on TikTok, that's what Mr. Act Now is talking about. He DJs over there, so check him out if you can. Girl, Dad, you're right. It's not favorite. ARD gotta stay in motion. They'll catch up. Yep, a wise man said, "Watch someone when you are not looking. That's how you see who they are." Yeah, when you're watching everyone act accordingly, but when they think you are not, you can see their true self. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Thank you for sharing that, ARD. Thank you so much. That's a really good one. Yep. That also almost goes with along with that saying, like, watch. What is it? Watch. I'm trying to remember how it goes. I should look it up because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But basically, what the quote would say is, watch what the people say behind your back. Like, it's what people say behind your back. Like, what are they saying when you're not around? What are they saying about you when you're not around? And me, I don't really have, to be honest with you, I don't even have to really worry about a lot of that, because I got one good friend. I got one good friend, and she has been a friend, like a friend. And I don't know, she's authentic with me, at least. Like, I've never heard her say anything behind my back. I've never heard nothing's come back to me that she said behind my back. I'm very upfront and honest with her. Very upfront and honest. Sometimes people might think too honest, but that person knows exactly where I stand with things, and I don't feel like I've had any issues. No boundaries that were crossed. Like, we respect each other. That's a good friend. I got a good friend. Yeah, I have a good friend. And those people that I don't know. I'm gonna say those people that I've been around. Like, it just takes me one time to be in your space. One time. If it's just like, I get that feeling. Then I already know, back off. This is not the right environment for me. This is not the right person for me. So I go a lot with that. The thing that people call that gut feeling. For me, it's discernment. For me, it's listening to the voice of God. And if I get that get away feeling, oh, I'm getting away. You won't have to tell me twice. So I'm very watchful and observant, and I talk to people to gauge them, and I ask questions. So I do a lot of trying to figure things out in order to kind of trim the fat, if you will. Let's see what you all are saying. Hey, Carol. Hey, Carol, how you doing? Are you still doing your 30-minute lives? Because I have not seen you. You might be on. Well, I have seen you on panels, so I won't say that. I just hadn't seen you by yourself. Are you doing it just on panels or by yourself or what? Because we are in this together, girl. We got to get these hours together. What she say, Carol? Hey, Geeky girl. I don't know. I'm having some trouble like trying to scroll this up. Well, my other pad is easier to scroll up and down and all that stuff. I don't know um, what my problem is today with this. I'm finding the same thing. I need help in finding good people to help me. So somebody must have said something before you said that. Let me see if I can get up there. Can I? Okay, let's see. Let me see. I want to make sure I didn't miss what you said, Carol, or what anybody said for that matter. And hopefully I'm not pushing things and time anybody out, because that's not my intention. Last time I was pushing a button, it said block. I was like, no, don't block anybody, please. Like, I love being in here with you all. You all are respectful, and we do the thing. We do the thing. But if somebody comes in showing off and get that time out, they have to be ejected. Okay, I think I'm getting down to it. Let's see. Yeah, Carol. Okay, I didn't miss anything you said. She said, "Hey, geeky girl, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here." I love what you said about the wise man. That was ARD. I'm gonna have to try to remember that one. I'm finding the same thing. And yeah, I want to piggyback on what Carol said, because that's true. I guess I will say that I will say that when I finally open my mouth and say, listen, I'm going to go ahead and I'm doing the lives. I'm going to try to hit this goal of monetization, and my watch hours suck because they did and they still do, but they're getting better. they're getting better. I can see that I need to just do more of what I'm doing because I can see an increase. Remember, I was talking about doing what works for you. If I would have started seeing more of a decrease, I would have just stopped it and started doing something else. Or I would have said, okay, let me give it like a couple weeks. And if it still looks the same, then I'm going to change shifts. But I've been actually seeing an increase. So I thank you all for that, because I know it's because of you. It's because you're watching. It's because you're liking. It's because you're sharing. It's because you're coming in here spending this time with me. What's my daughter doing? Oh, sorry, I had to check on my daughter because I told you one of my daughters, I just released her back into society. We're going to just keep the prayers of the saints. Just make sure you all are praying. We're just going to keep praying. And then the second one, she is going on a little trip. So, yeah, I got two of my babies not going to be here. So I'm just, we're praying. We're going to be prayerful. But anyway, let me get back to you all. So I noticed that in changing things up just here on this platform, like doing things a little bit differently than I was doing it. And it took me a little while because I can be stubborn. If I have my mind set on something, I will go 1,000% in on that thing. I'm straightforward. And it takes some people to just keep on, hey, come on, let's bring it back. Reel it back in, girl. Come on. I know you want it. And I'm going 100 miles an hour, but sometimes I have to stop and catch myself and say, all right, maybe what they're saying makes sense. It's basically been my husband. Maybe what he's saying actually makes sense. And I'm like, no, you're not a YouTuber. You don't understand this. You don't know what I'm going through. I'm talking to other YouTubers. And yeah, he's like, no, you try it this way. And I'm like, I don't want to listen to what you're saying because you don't even do this. But I realized that he still has a great perspective, and that I'm talking about what I'm talking about. Y'all already know that's Cupcake over there. And sometimes I just have to learn to listen to others. And I've been doing a lot of listening in this season. So I'm listening, and you all keep doing what you're doing because it's helping out. The watch hours, I told you, let me see. I'll give you the update. I'll look at that in a second. I just wanted to see what. Okay, Carol, I almost said Carol again. Carol is saying hi to ARD. I got you. I think Carol is still looking for hours too, if I'm not mistaken. ARD says the bottom of it all is be yourself. Good, bad, or indifferent. Just be you. It's always all love at the end of the day. I agree. Just be yourself, because my thing is, my opinion on this ARD is, if God created you to be ARD, if he created you to be the way that you are, I don't know. I think it's disrespectful for you to be like, oh, I'm gonna just be somebody else. I don't want to be ARD, because ARD is not good enough. ARD is good enough. Or I'm sorry, let me not use you for example. You might not like that. Andrea is good enough. Andrea always has been good enough, with or without the opinions of others, with or without that person's applause. I've always been good enough, always. And That's why I'm here, you guys, to remind you that you're good enough. You're always. I love how what our ARD just said. You just have to be you. And if you're showing up as your authentic self and being yourself, that's all you have to be. God created you to be that person. And he knew exactly what he was doing when he created you, right? I said myself frizzy hair and all. He knew what he was doing with me. And he created me the way he wanted me to be. Now, why am I going to want to be somebody else? Why do I want to be Miss Betty? Why do I want to be She Said? Hey, She Said, I just saw your name. Thank you for coming in. Listen in the bushes. You got to work today? The Honorable Dolores. Look at you, ARD. Big Carol. ARD is in here acting up. I love it. Keep being yourself. When you come over here, be yourself. Please do not put on a facade for me or for anybody else over here. I want you all to come authentically you. Miss Misspell words and all. If your vocabulary is not where you want it to be, and I understand that, still come. Come on, come on, bring it. Come on, join us because this is not the community that's perfection. This community is not a perfect community. We got everybody over here. We have Geeky Girls Journal who messes up vocabulary words, who doesn't know all the definitions to vocabulary words, who may say things that are, that's not politically correct. I don't know who might say some things that are grammatically incorrect, but I am fully being myself. And I think that that comes across in the camera. So if you're looking for a community that is not perfect, that does not have it all figured out, that is just trying to do the best that they can do and do what works for them, and trying to be the best version, trying to be the best still that they can be, then this is the place for you. This is the place for you. Invite all those other people who don't know all the answers to everything, who are still trying to figure out the things in life, who are still trying to figure out their journey, who are still trying to figure out, why this, why that. I had a lot of questions. Yeah. Invite those people over here that are dreamers. That's what it is. Invite the people over here that are dreamers that want to see great things happen in their life and in the lives of others. Invite those people here that are, on a journey, on a destination, just trying to figure things out. Just trying to figure things out. And that's a lot of what I am over here. I'm just here trying to figure it out, talking to you all and working my way through this thing, taking one step at a time. No, it's not perfect. And you know what? I used to think I had all the control and that I was a perfectionist, but I quickly realized that I don't have the control over everything and I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes. I'm imperfect. So I embrace it totally. I embrace all of it. I embrace it. Go with the flow. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Let me see. Who did I miss? I don't know why that's highlighted, but let me see if I can do something to take that off. Let's see. What else are you all saying before? It's 1 hour and 11 minutes. You okay over there? Okay, great. Just be you. Oh, yep. That's right, Carol. That is right. Me too. This is me. Love me or keep it keep it moving. Goodbye. And I'm the type of person, I don't know. You all can tell me. Like I ask my kids this all the time. I'm like, is that wrong? Like, should I be saying that? I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm going to say it. So my thought is, this is what I say. Love me, don't like me, do like me, don't like me, do love me. It really doesn't matter to me. It's all up to you. Because God gave us all the freedom to make our own decisions. He gave us all free will. And me, I'm like Carol over there. This is me. Love me or keep it moving. Because what else could I really do about it? Nothing. I can't do anything. I was telling my daughter the other day, you don't be so stuck on having people like you. Not everybody's going to like you. And it may not even be something that you did. It's not even something that you may have remembered saying. You might have just looked a certain way, or that person may have looked at you and just decided they didn't like you. Nothing may have ever come out of your mouth. They may have never seen you do anything, may have never heard you say anything, but they just looked at you and decided they don't like you. So for me, that's why I had that same opinion that Carol has over there. You can like me or not, it doesn't matter, Because what I figured out in my years on this earth, especially as an adult, is that my life is not, or the things and the choices I make is not determined by the applause that I get from others or the amount of love. Like, oh, because one day somebody might like me, the next day they might not. And that is just all a part of life. And to anybody that's listening, if you struggle with wanting everybody to like you, let me tell you, my friend, more than likely that's not going to happen. More than likely that's not going to happen. And if you are so bent on trying to get people to like you, you can be doing a whole lot of work. And you might be doing a lot of investigating, a lot of trying to figure things out, and it still won't make a difference, because if that person already has it set in their mind that they don't like you, they just don't like you. It might not be anything you can do about it. And if I were you, I wouldn't even try to change their perspective. Don't like me. Okay. Guess what? People didn't like Jesus, did they? And he was perfect. So what I understand is, if there is somebody that's perfect that people didn't even like, what makes you think everybody's gonna like me? They not. They're just not. And you just have to be okay with that. You just have to say, okay, I know you don't like me, and that's fine. Go your way, and I go my way. Right? That's what I say. The door is that way. That away. That away. To the left, to the left. Right? Get on. I don't know. That might sound harsh, but I mean, I'm just being honest, you guys. I'm being very honest. I don't really know another way to be. Um, that's it. That's it, and that's all. If they don't like you, they don't like you. You don't have to spend your time and energy trying to change somebody's opinion. Just be yourself. Be your loving, beautiful self. Hey, Six, how you doing? Hey, Six, how you doing over there? How you feel today, Six Bowls? How you feel today? I hope you're feeling good. Let me wrap this right on back around there like that. How do you feel today? Say, how you feel today?
How I feel today.
That is my mini. How you feel today, Six Balls? How you feeling? I hope you're feeling good. Hi, GGJ. Hey, Miss Betty, just observing. Okay. My brother, I so appreciate you. Dolores said she appreciates you, ARD. Miss Betty said hello to Six. Carol said hello, Six. And Six dropped the bowl. Oh, I forgot you all. Drop GGJ. You are okay. I told this to people in the last live. So if you weren't here in the last live, just come in and drop GGJ, because chances are I'm going to start talking and forget. I'm just being honest. I am going to definitely forget most of the time to tell you to drop GGJ. So I am giving you the permission right now to be yourself. The permission to be yourself and to drop that GGJ so that you can connect with other wonderful people over here in the chat section called the co-hosts. So don't forget, drop GGJ. If I don't tell you, you don't have to wait for me to say it. Just go ahead and drop it. I don't mind. I don't mind, because this is not all about me. This is about us all connecting, and you might find the people that help you to make better decisions and help you to do things that work for you. There's that topic again. And you might find somebody over here that you connect with, that you all just mesh. You never know. You never know who God might send your way via this community conversation. You never know who you might connect with that, you were like, oh man, I'm doing, I needed an answer to this question that I've had for years. And then somebody just appears. I don't think they just appear, because I do not believe in coincidence. I just believe that God sent them your way. So you're like, oh, I was searching for this answer for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden it pops up. That is not a coincidence. That's God. He saw a need. He filled that need. He filled the requirement. So yeah, you might find that in somebody over there. So go ahead. Don't be afraid. Drop it. Thank you for dropping it. Girl Dad. Thank you. See? Girl did. Nightbot said, you're so intelligent. You're so intelligent and gifted. You all see Girl did over there cooking stuff up? Just cooking. Almost made me want to make something. And I was like, no, that's not what you do, Andrea. but I might, Girl did. I might be using some of those recipes. Carol said, I just started doing more videos and plan on doing my own lives on Tuesday and Friday. We need to come on each live. Yeah, Carol, let me know what you want to do. Just send me a message on IG. You're on IG, right? If not, just drop it in under a video. what you want to do. Are you saying like do a collaboration? Because I won't mind. I'll sit there and watch you make tiny food. I like looking at miniature food. I mean, I personally don't know how you can hold on to those little skillets and put them over that little flame and do all that little mini stuff, but I'll watch it. And also, I want to know if you eat real food. Not real food, but do you eat food that is not miniature? You have to. It's not, I don't think it's possible to survive off those little bite-sized things you do. Because you can take like 2 bites of the food you make and just be done. Hey, Samira, good to see you in here. Carol says she just dropped a video. Okay, I'll be looking for that. I'll try to look for it. Maybe it might have to be later on today after I get the girls. And I'm trying to remember. Thank you for dropping your links, everybody. Hey, beautiful. Hey, Latoya, Six Bows. I said, hey, Six Bows and Miss Carol. I know everybody's in here showing love. Hey, Lynn, how you doing? Thank you for coming in. Hello, everyone in the chat and host. Thank you for coming in, Lynn. So yeah, you all connect. And just remember, do what works for you. That's what we're talking about. Do what works for you. And if you see that thing is working, do more of it and more of it and more of it. Just do more of it. If you're doing something and it's not working, drop that thing like a bad habit. Do less of it. Just because I said it worked for me does not mean it's going to work for you. Try it out. If it does not work, goodbye. Just don't even waste your time with it. Yes, ma'am. I was searching for some info for my state boards. I said, Lord, why can't I find what I need? And it appeared with moments of me searching a little further. See, exactly. Yes, Six Bowls. This is the real conversation I'm talking about. It dropped. I'm telling you all. Sometimes my daughter and I were sitting here talking right before she left. She was talking about sandals. She needed some sandals or something. And I was like, all you gotta do is say sandals, and then you know, the things listen, and then you say sandals, it appears. And she was like, sandals. Of course, a pair of sandals did pop up on her phone after we were talking about sandals, but I'm just telling you, I use that in a joking way, but I'm just saying, you look for something long enough, you search, you seek. It's not about seek and you will find. We're talking about God in this particular sense, like seek and you find, knocking the door will be open. But I'm telling you, when you look for things, if you seek out things, and if that's truly your desire, if you want to become a better person, you're going to become a better person. How can you say I'm gonna become a better person? Now you're just miserable. Oh, I'm just nothing working out. I can't do nothing. I ain't never been nothing. What are we doing? If you want to become a better person, take those little small steps to become a better person, right? Look at something motivational. It takes 5 minutes or less. You just give 1 minute. I know somebody said a while back, some people only have 1 minute. Look at a 1 minute motivational video. Listen to a 1 minute motivational speech. Look at a motivational quote. I'm telling you, if all you can do is look at a quote, look at a quote. Sometimes I don't have time. I look at a quote. I'm like, oh, I'm good. That's right. And I look at that quote and it was just what I needed for the day. Right? Do something like that. You're going to find that with each step, you're going to get better and better and better. If you're on a weight loss journey, keep it up. It's going to be tough at points. I'm telling you all, this is tough for me. You think it's not tough for me showing up for these lives every day at 12 o'clock? I was literally on the road, still driving. I'm like, oh, it's 12. I got to post something. Let me post and say, I'm going to be a little late or it's going to start, but I'm still coming. I was like determined. I didn't care if I was going to be here at 12:15. I knew I had to show up. Why? Because I already said I was going to show up. Once I say something and I commit to it, I have to do it. I got to do it. If I don't, that's why I'm not really a committal person because I will not say I'm going to do something and not pull through. It has to be that it's an emergency situation that I just cannot avoid. But if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. That is also why I'm very careful with, watching the things that I commit to or my time, because I will say, I'm not sure if I can do that. I'll have to look at, I need to think about it first. That's also why I don't like last minute things. I need to think about this first. Is this something I want to be a part of first? Second, is this something that's going to be a time waster? Is this something that I'm going to enjoy doing? I don't want to just be sitting there just to be sitting there looking crazy. Is this something I'm going to actually enjoy doing? Is there something else that's on my schedule that takes precedence over this thing? Is it something else that I prioritize before this actual event or whatever it is that I'm thinking about? And so I consider all those things before I say, yes, I'm gonna do it, right? Before I commit. So I said all that to say that if you some things that you want, you just gotta go for it. You have to change some things in your life. You gotta be a little bit flexible. You have to endure. You gotta endure. This is hard work. This is hard work. Trying to get on here live, like the live part, communicating, I don't have a problem with. I actually enjoy interacting and engaging. The issue comes in with scheduling. Am I going to have time to do it when I have the children? Right. So if you are trying to figure out a balance, you got to make it work for yourself. You have to make it work for you and be authentic in it. Be honest. People understand honesty. I can't do it. I have another obligation. I can't do it. I have my kids that I have to attend to. And I think you all are the best example of understanding that, because I can't tell you how many times I've gotten on live and said, I have to go. I have kids, or I have to go pick my kids up, or somebody in the chat remind me I have to go pick my girls up in 10 minutes, or whatever, or in 15 minutes, right? Or I had to go do whatever it was I had to do with my kids. And you all understand that because I'm being honest in my delivery, and I'm trying to let you know, I'm keeping you updated. So again, be authentic. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to tell people what you truly think. And again, that doesn't mean you have to have a nasty attitude when you do it. You don't have to tell people off to make them understand. Some people you have to use different language with to make them understand. And I'm not saying being downright vulgar and belligerent. I'm just saying you might have to be a little bit more, give it a little, I meant it. That's what I said. I said it and I meant it, period. Sometimes you got to be like that with people. Other times you can just tell people, no, that's not going to work out for me. I have other things planned, right? So you figure that out. What works best for you? That's what we're talking about today. All right. You all have been wonderful as usual. I'm glad. I'm glad you found a six. Oh, I know. I'm glad she found two. Thank you, Samir, for dropping your link. Thank you so much. I love these talks you have with us. You are truly a blessing. Oh, thank you so much. Tear. No, you all bless me. If I didn't say it before, it's definitely something that I should say right now. You all bless me every time you make the choice. You make the choice to come in and spend time with me. Anytime you give me just a little bit of your day, just a little bit, I'm thankful because you didn't have to do that. Time is precious. I understand that. I understand it. So, yeah, I appreciate you all. And if you have extra time on your hands, you already know I'm going for the WH. Oh, I got to tell you all where we are with that. I did say I was going to do that. We're not at 1,000 yet. This is becoming evident that it's a very, very long road. And almost told myself today, girl, I don't know. But the great thing about this community is that every time I feel like I just don't want to do the watch hours anymore, or I don't care about the watch hours anymore, I always have somebody. See what I'm saying? God will send you somebody. I always have somebody that comes and says, Geeky Girls Journal, when you gonna do another live? Or Miss Betty over here, if she's still over there in the chat, Geeky Girls, you doing live today? And I'll be like, I guess I'm doing a live today. Or I've been talking an hour and 27 minutes like I am right now, not an hour. And she's like, ooh, you might as well do 2 hours, or ooh, you might as well do 3 hours. And I'm like, I cannot do 2 hours. I ain't even got 2 hours in me. I don't even know if I had 3 hours in me. And then I've talked the whole 2 hours and 45 minutes. It's because of you all. You all are there to lift me up when I'm feeling like I don't want to do it, or is this worth my time? And I'm like, okay, you said you wanted it. Go for it. Don't be discouraged. Don't be dismayed. Sorry for the type of autocorrect. ARD already told you. This is not that community. I don't even know what typo you're talking about. Let me find it. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, it doesn't typo. And also, I do understand that cell phones had that autocorrect, and they mess up. You type something in and then you push send and you look at it, you're like, oh man, it says something else. I can't even tell you how many times I've done that. I've typed in the correct word and my autocorrect changed it to what they wanted. And I look at it, I'm like, ain't that about nothing? Now it appears on the screen like that. But you know what? It's okay. I can, I'm good at decoding certain things. So If it doesn't look right, I'll try to fix it up while I'm talking. If not, I'll just flat out ask you, can you clarify this or can you explain further? So if you hear me say that's the time to jump in, ARD, and say something else. Thank you, Samira. Appreciate that. Good to see you again, dear. Yeah, that's nice. Hey, Minnie, she too cute. Yeah, that's my mini. That's my mini. That's my mini me. That's my boo. Great live. Thank you. Oh, thank you. No, thank you, girl, dad. No problem. Sorry for the typo. Laugh a lot. I have to create the schedule myself. Yeah, that has to be done. Listen, if that's what works for you, do it. Do it. Some people don't need a schedule. Some people just wing it. Um, I wing it oftentimes, but I start out with a schedule. Like I truly start out with a schedule and I try to follow it to the best of my ability. And then if something comes in and kind of changes that schedule, that's what I mean. Like I'm a scheduled person, but I'm also very flexible now. So if something kind of comes in and it's something that I want to do or something that I need to do, then I'll, try to make accommodations for that thing. So yeah, be scheduled, but also know that sometimes your day does not go as planned. Like sometimes my day goes exactly as I planned it out, but most of the time there are things just extra things thrown in that I have to do, or I may not have nothing on my list to do, and I'm like, man, I ended up having a full day today. Where did that come from? Like I didn't even have a schedule, and then all of a sudden now I got a whole bunch of things to do. So yeah, just be flexible. Be flexible. Learn to be a little bit more flexible. Everything doesn't have to be rigid. It is good though, I think, to I'm not gonna say it's good to have a schedule or not. It's good to do things the way that you do it. Do what works for you. I'm totally 100% in on what I said. If it works for you, you just do it that way. Continue to do more of that. Let's see what else. Thank you, she said, for dropping your link. You are so intelligent. Yes, you are. Hey, Lisa, thank you for coming in. So I have spent an hour and a half here talking everybody's ears off. That's my authentic self. If you got a problem with it, you got to talk to Jesus about that. Because he got to talk to God. He made me like that. He made me that way. Talk to my Father God. But anyway, I thank you all for being here. Oh, watch hours. Let me go to that before I forget. Watch hours. Let's see. I'm going to my mobile device and let's see. It says as of May 29th, 2024, that would have been, I don't know. Today is the 3rd. May 29, 2024, I have 886 public watch hours, 52K public shorts. So that's where we are. So a whole lot of work to get that. So I don't know if you all can see that. It's a glare. That's a glare right there. So I don't know. You can't see it, can you? No, you can't see. And I don't even know how to make you see it. Let's see. Can you see it tilted like that? See that? How long has your channel been up? See, that's 886 public watch hours. So still got a ways to go, but it's all good. It really is. It's all good. What I've decided to do a long time ago was just let the Lord lead it. That's what I'm doing. How long has your channel been up? Is that for me, Lisa, or are you talking to somebody else? Yes, girl, collab. Yeah, IG me, Carol. Yes, we can collab. I might want you to pass me some of that tiny food. Well, I'll just let you eat the tiny food because I might not like it. But yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. Maybe I can find one of my kids' little aprons or something to put on so I can pretend like I'm doing something. I'll watch while you do the tiny cooking, while you do the miniature cooking. How old is your channel? Let me see, because I don't want to lie to you. Let me go to my bio, Lisa. I think I put this channel up in 2015 or 2016. It was one of them. Let me see. Let's see. What do we have here? You all know they did like a mobile update or something on this YouTube, and I don't know. My screen looks different with like a lot of my stuff, and I'm trying to navigate it. Yes, collabs are awesome. I'm here and working on a vlog on Wednesday. I looked your oldest videos 8 years ago. Okay, my oldest video was 8 years ago. Thank you, Miss Betty. That was what 2000. Yeah, so my oldest video was 8 years ago, 2016 or then in 2015. Yeah, that's right, because I was pregnant with my fourth when I put up the first video. You'll see me on there. I'm pregnant and I was having a hard time doing this video. I'm telling you the truth. I was having a difficult time because I think I was about 8 months, 7 or 8 months. And with each of my kids, I gained a lot of weight, like 80 pounds. 80 pounds. So I was huffing and puffing through that video and I was like, ooh, Lord. And I told my husband, I was like, listen, I'm going to do another video. I might put one more up, but I don't know if this thing is for me. And to be honest with you all, then when I put up my first video, um, I I had no plans of being a content creator, none whatsoever. My only plan was to get on YouTube and all the other platforms. In fact, YouTube may have been the next to the last thing that I joined because I was doing Facebook first, then I did Twitter, and I didn't want to be a part of Twitter, but I ended up doing that. And I got a lot of traction on there. I got like 12,000 followers. So it was a lot for me. So I got a lot of followers on Twitter. And then I decided to do Instagram, but I really wasn't giving it my all. I was just like, okay, I'm going to try this out. And then my daughters recently, like the past few years, taught me into getting on TikTok. Mom, you need to get on TikTok. And I was just like, I didn't want to do another platform because it was just beginning to be too much. Now I'm on Threads. So I don't know, when will it ever stop, you all? It's just always something. And so my whole intent when I was getting on here, Lisa, was just to secure the name Geeky Girls Journal so that I could have all my social medias be in sync and look the same, so that whenever people were looking for Geeky Girls Journal, they would know where to find me on social media. So I wanted to jump on YouTube just to hurry up and grab that name before anybody else got it. I was like, just in case somebody else want Geeky Girls Journal, I need to hurry up and get on there. And my husband was saying for years, you need to get on YouTube, get on YouTube. And I was like, no, I'm not getting on YouTube. I don't want to do it. But he finally talked me into it, and I got the name. And then once I got the name, I just kind of sat there for a minute. And then I did that video that Miss Betty is talking about. If you go back to it, go to it, you all. Go to that video and comment if you had time and let me know what you think. But I'm telling you, it was about a GoFundMe. I think that was the first one we did, a GoFundMe. That's when GoFundMe was real popular. And I was like, okay, why not? I might as well. We didn't really get anything out of the GoFundMe, to be honest with you. Like, we got $0. Like, nobody did anything with it. But it made me put up a YouTube video. So that was the start of it. And again, don't judge me. I was on there. I was hot. I was tired, and I was pregnant. And if you've ever been pregnant, 80 pounds of weight on you, then you already know. Thank you very much. Men, you can't relate. Women, I'm talking to you. All right, let's see what we say. I look, Miss Betty said the oldest video. Okay, so you can go back there and look, Lisa. So that's how long I've been here. Not active, not that active. And I told you all, I used to literally, when I did post videos, I posted and I ran because that worked for me on Facebook. I didn't really have to, well, no, I started to network more on Facebook because I realized you had to. Then it's, I don't know how it is now. I'm not that active on Facebook like that now, but when I was first on there, we did like a lot of networking Fridays and stuff like that, and I was able to build my Facebook channel up, Geeky Girls Journal, with that. But when I was on YouTube, I didn't really realize it was more community based, and I'm really like, it's really community based. I'm finding that out because I thought, hey, let me get on there, post a video up, and I'm out. I'll see y'all next video. Don't worry about it. In between time, I will be back when I get back. And hey, African Dreaming, see how I'm telling you all God drops things. I'm telling you, while I was dropping my daughter off for her to go, on her vacation, I was thinking about African Dreaming and POA. And now you all pop up. Great live fan, busy but listening as I could. Oh, thank you for listening. If you were here, I hope you heard that African Dreaming. I really was thinking about you all today. That's so crazy how that, not crazy, that's God. That ain't crazy. Yeah, and I was just thinking, I'm like, I hadn't seen them in a while. I haven't been over there because I haven't seen you all pop up on my feed, and I guess when you're live, I'm not online. So I've been missing you all. So I just have to try to go back and maybe I can just come over and catch up on a video or two. I'll try to do that today. Later on. It's going to have to be later on, you all. So don't expect to see me there during these hours. I'm not going to be there. Because my girls are going to be coming in the house. I'm going to have to start making pickups pretty soon. And then that's when it gets real around this house. So maybe later or maybe in between time while I'm doing activities and stuff. Let's see what happened. I missed somebody. Lynn's life. Oh, wow. Liz Life says, oh, wow. Mentor food is fun to watch. Me and my daughter love looking at it. Yeah, well, go look at Carol, her channel. She has all the miniature food. She shows you the step by step how she cooks and all that. Yes, I am a true miniature. Uh-huh. I eat miniature food for real, for real. Yes, she does. She's on there eating her miniature food. Oh, I believe you, Carol. Carol is on there eating a lot of miniature food. So check her out, Samira. I have done several lives while pregnant and I had to pause a lot because of my breathing and recovery, but I was there. See, that's what I'm saying. We showed up. That's all that matters. I showed up. I showed up. Just I probably wanted like some ice cream or something. No, for me it was more pickles or sour things and spicy things. So yeah, the point was that I showed up. I showed if I could have showed up like that, 80 pounds overweight and being just breathing heavily, because I know I was breathing and just tired and didn't want to do it. So I feel like if I can show up, you can show up. And like right now, if I can show up, if Six Bowls can show up, like Six Bowls said, yep. If she can show up, being one, having cravings and wanting things and being hot and just not. Sometimes you just, your hormones just not agreeing with what you want to do, and you just like, listen, I don't want to do it. Leave me alone. So if we can show up in those manners, you all can show up and continue to show up. And listen, we are all here. Most people that I found in this community, I've not really had an issue with. I have not really had issues with people being nasty and negative and stuff like that. I have had some comments, but I'm saying that's like usually the visitors who don't really come back. They just come to say what they had to say about the particular video or however I look or whatever, and they keep moving. But you all, I'm talking about the dreamers, the geeky girl gang, like Six says, you all that come in here and that, I interact with occasionally or a lot, depending on your situation. We have no issues. We come in and we do what we got to do. We say what we're supposed to say. Nobody's in timeout. Nobody got booted, and we just have a great time. I think we just, we're here to help each other, enjoy each other's company. I forgot. Latoya, if you're still here, did you get the information? If you're still in here, Latoya, I just remembered that. Sorry about that. So let me know if you need anything extra. I'll see if I can get more information. Otherwise, just do your research. But I gotta go. You all, it's an hour and 40 minutes. I have kept you all so long. I'm very appreciative. You all have helped me tremendously today with this discussion. It's for all of us. And you have helped me with the WH. What can I say? Win-win situation for me. So I hope you all continue to enjoy your day and stay blessed. Remember that God loves you. God loves you most. I can say I love you. Other people can say they love you, but God loves you the most. And just stay connected. Stay connected to God. And I truly believe that when you are connected, you're going to figure out those things that work best for you. Like it might not come right away. Like me, I'm a right now person a lot of times. It might not come right away. You might have to wait. You might have to be patient. You might be in a phase where you have to listen more like me. Can't be as stubborn. So yeah, do that. And then try to take the good advice try to take the good advice from others. Just take it and see how it works for your life. And hopefully it makes it better. And continue to do more of that. Continue to do more of what works for you. Don't try to do more of what works for everybody else. Do more of what works for you. And you're going to be well on your way to, making your life a little bit easier. That's what it should be about. And joyful. And I believe we all deserve, no, not just, I believe all of us can have a fulfilling, promising, joyful life. So keep doing what you're doing. Hey, Miss V. Thank you for coming in. I see you. Have a good day, geeky girl. She said it's waving and putting the hearts. Samira said, have a good day, geeky. Hope you and the girls have a beautiful day. Thank you. Have a good afternoon, everyone. Super facts. Hey, geeky girl. Thank you. That's Miss V right there. Miss V, I'll wait for you to drop your link if you want to. You can just type GGJ, but I've been on here talking everybody's head off. So I think it's time for me to depart because they've been, too kind. And, that's how it goes. All right. So does anybody else have anything they want to add before we leave? Anybody want to? I'll wait a little while longer if anybody else wants to drop their link. Thank you, Ms. V, for dropping your link. Thank you so much for dropping that link. Oh, I just got off too. You did? Okay. So I had to try to go and catch yours. Was it on the crime? It must have been on your crime channel because I see that's what you came in on. So let me know in the chat what's happening in your life, and then we'll leave because there are other people that want to connect with you, believe it or not. Why wouldn't they want to? You're awesome. And I'm talking about everybody, not just Miss V. Both channels. Okay, you are over there working hard. You are, if you want information about YouTube, like the latest updates and all that stuff, go to Miss V because she knows. She has all the updates. You can go in there and get the information from her. And what I also say is don't rely upon Miss V to just give all the information. Go and look at the information for yourself. Like I tell you all here, don't believe what I'm saying. Don't ever believe what I'm saying. You can agree with me and say, "Oh yeah, she sounds like she got to go." Go back and do the research for yourself. Don't just rely on others to give you the information. You want to make sure you got it together. You want to make sure you are well informed. So yes, listen to me. Yes, listen to me. Yes, agree with me. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm really playing. You can disagree with me. I don't care. But go and find out for yourself. My people, what is it? I almost forgot the Bible verse. Make sure you have knowledge, right? Just make sure you are always willing to learn something new. Make sure you are always trying to strive to do your very best. Make sure you're just trying to do your best at all times. That's me. Like I love to learn. I don't remember everything. I will never tell you I remember everything because that would be a lie. I don't remember everything. I don't always have the right words to say. Hopefully, I'm saying something that helps somebody out, though, sometimes. I don't know it all. I'm human, just like you. I'm imperfect. So you're going to find some things coming out of my mouth that are not 100% perfect. And I don't expect to be perfect all the time. So, I mean, I kicked that habit a long time ago. Can't be perfect. So, yeah, that's what we are. I will be here again tomorrow, you guys, at 12 because I'm only going to have the 3 kids with me. So I'll see you all at 12. I am going to try to post it ahead of time. Hey, Mr. Terry, Associate Minister and Reserve Deacon, Mr. Terry Jones has entered the building. Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon to you too. Yes, ma'am, said Miss V. Girl, I did my filming, editing, and vlog on Wednesday. You did all that while you were sitting here listening to me? Because that means I was on here for too long. That's what that means. As you were talking, yep, as you were talking, I did it. So you quick too. If you did your filming, editing, and vlog, I was talking too long, wasn't I, y'all? The Holy Bible verse, my people. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Terry. That's the one I was trying to think about. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. You leaving? See, y'all see Miss Betty over here. Do you all see what she just did? Y'all see that? Am I the only one that sees this? Am I the only one that sees this? I know. Miss Betty, what year did it say I started YouTube? 2016, right? 2015, because I was pregnant in 2015. Okay, so Miss Betty saying you leaving. No. See, this is what Miss Betty does to me, y'all. And then I'll be on here for 2 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes, almost 3 hours, knowing I should have let people go. But maybe I might as well just hit the 2-hour mark. I'm at 146. Oh my goodness. You all that are content creators, because I see you. I see you in here. You all want to talk content for the last 14 minutes? Is that what y'all want to do? I had some in my eye. No, it's this one. It's like something bit me right here. And it itches too. Lisa. I see her. Look at Miss Betty. Yeah, everybody give Miss Betty those eyeballs. She has filmed, edited, and did a vlog. And I'm still on here, but she's saying you leaving. You see this? I tell you the truth. And I still had 10 people in here hanging on. So what do you all want to talk about? Or okay, so if you have to leave, I understand that. Tracy D. Anderson and family. Hey, is that a new channel, Tracy? Or are you new? Are you new here, Tracy? Because if you are, type GGJ so you can become a part of the family and you can connect with others that are here. Miss Betty, I know you see her 6 bowls. Miss Betty. And I'm not going to even say I probably need to go to the bathroom in a little bit, but I already said it out loud, didn't I? TMI. I'm TMI too, you guys. So if you don't know that about Geeky Girls Journal, I am. I am who I am. Tracy Anderson. See, everybody looking at Miss Betty. Miss Betty, what shall we talk about since you want to stay 2 hours? What else is there? You are. I'm doing pretty good with my shorts though. I'm excited about that. Only thing is, shorts don't give me watch hours. That's what I heard. And that's what I see. Shorts are not really doing it for me in that category, but the shorts are bringing in eyes. So I'm glad to see that. They're bringing in eyes. Tracy, yes, it's your second channel. Oh, thank you for coming in, Tracy, on the second channel. And she said hello to everybody. What do you all think? Do you all think that also let me say this. According to my analytics, and I have not done an upload in a very long time because I've been focusing on lives, watch hours, and that nature, things of that nature. So it used to always say that my uploads got more views than my lives. So after I kind of do this run, I'm gonna try to jump back into doing the uploads. I got to try to narrow it down to a day and a time and just figure it out. I'm still trying to figure things out. You know what I said? I got to make it work for me. I got to tweak these things, see what happens, and I can be well on my way. I see a brighter side. I see that it is starting to grow, and I do like seeing the growth. I want it to be organic. I want it to be, you know what? I want it to be whatever God wants it to be. That's what I'm gonna say about that. I just want it to be whatever God wants it to be because at least if I'm going in a direction that God wants me to go with this platform, my business, all those things, I already know it can't be wrong. It's gonna be right every time. So I just wanted to go in the direction God wants it to go. I just want to be able to recognize when it's God leading me in a specific direction. I want to be able to catch on and catch on quickly. And I don't want it to be any hesitation. I don't want it to be any second guessing. Is that kind of the same thing? Maybe. I don't know. Let me know. Do you all think those things sometimes? Or am I in this alone? And you all, thank you so much. You know what? I have to say thank you for chiming in over here in this comment section because Miss Betty can tell you all. Miss Betty, what day was it? Today is Monday. Friday. The live right before this one. I was on the struggle bus. I'm like, oh my god. Like, I was talking, but I was also like, nobody, like it was engagement. It just wasn't as much as it is now, and it wasn't as much as I'm used to. So I'm learning. Miss Betty told me I have to learn to just I gotta learn how to embrace those times too. So I'm trying to learn how to do that. And I really do. But I really, really enjoy I really enjoy the engagement and the interaction. So you all may not realize it, or may not know it, but I look for that. And it kind of keeps me going when I see you all over there commenting. Otherwise, I just feel like I'm over here talking to myself. And that's one thing about uploads too. I'm like, I'm talking to myself. It's just so weird. I just feel like I'm talking to myself. At least when I see the comments rolling, I'm like, oh, okay, somebody's on the other side of that and they can see me and we're engaging, interacting. But sometimes when it goes silent, you're just like, well, guess it's time to go. Guess it's time to go. Tracy, hey boo. So yep, it's 1:51, Miss Betty. We got almost 9. No, it's not 9 minutes, 8 minutes, because it's 1:51:58. Do you all have plans? Doing it daily now makes me faster. Oh, okay. Doing your stuff like that daily makes it fast. God was in the plan. Yes, he was. God was in the plan. He's always in the plan. I always want to invite him into my plan. Oh, that's the other thing, you guys. I didn't put that in my notes, but when you do what works for you, I was talking about inviting God into the plan. I think that's what Miss Betty's talking about, like inviting God in your plan and making sure that he's a part of your walk, number one. And when I say walk, I'm talking about your spiritual journey, your spiritual life. I'm just trying to call it all these different terminologies that people say, just so that if you say, oh no, that's not what I call it. I call it the spiritual walk, Andrea. Okay, well, we're talking about you too. Whatever you may call it, invite God into your life. And I'm telling you all, The moment I decided to do that, I feel like I had a weight lifted off of me. I no longer felt like I had to come in and be a perfect person. I didn't feel anymore like everything had to be just so. Does that make sense? I didn't feel like I had to be so perfect that if I miss the mark, somebody's going to be criticizing me or somebody's going to be judging me. Now I truly do not care. And that's the great thing about it. There is freedom. I do not care because I come and I'm presenting as Andrea. I'm being my authentic self, who is God, the person that God created me to be. If I miss somebody's mark, that is not my problem. That's your problem because your expectations must have been here for me or wherever they were. I don't know wherever your expectations were. And if I didn't meet your expectations, we'll talk to the Lord about that. Sorry, not sorry. I can only do what I can do. I can only be me. You can only be you. So I say all that to say, yeah, continue to be you. Sure, make those 2 hours. Okay, we almost there. Got it. Yes, Miss Betty said yes. Mr. Terry Jones says it really helps. Oh, please hit the like button. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Thank you for reminding me, Mr. Terry. Thank you so much. Mr. Terry always comes in to remind us of that. And so does Tim Windsor, who I didn't see yet, but I'm sure if he's working, so he still shows up when he's working. So maybe he just can't be here. But yeah, hit those thumbs up because you all are awesome and you remind me of that. So thumbs up, everybody. Like this. What else? Thumbs up is like, share, subscribe. There we go. Done. Done. Do it. Did it. All right. Miss Betty said, and 68 years old on top. Yeah, you on top. It works. Please hit the share button. It really helps this YouTube channel's views. Oh, not views, videos to be exposed to social media networks. It also helps this YouTube channel's videos to be exposed to more non-subscribers. Exactamundo. I agree with what Mr. Terry just said right over there. So you see it? Great. And Miss Betty said, balancing life with YouTube. Oh, that's one I could talk about. Oh, I should do a panel with that one. If you want to be a part of balancing life with YouTube, but let me know. Let me know. Let me know on IG if you can't let me know over here. Let me know if you want to do it. Balancing life with YouTube, because that's something that we could discuss. That's something that probably get a lot of time because YouTube is a beast. But guess what? I'm a beast master. We're gonna gotta tame that wild beast called YouTube. That's right. Put in the time and it's gonna work out. It is gonna work out. Whatever that hard thing is in your life, do it. We're gonna do it. Make it happen. To share your YouTube channel, reminder to share your YouTube channel's link in this YouTube live stream broadcast. Please type GGJ. Thank you, Mr. Terry. Please type GGJ to make sure you share out your wonderful channels right here, right now. Don't hesitate. Be great. Go ahead and do it. Don't hesitate. Be great. And don't forget, hit that like. Don't forget, pencil me in for 12 p.m. tomorrow. Go ahead and put it in the schedule if you use a Google Calendar like I do. Put it in your calendar, highlighted in yellow, Geeky Girls Journal, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's what we're talking about. We have 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left for you all to share anything you like in the live. Go ahead, go wild, go crazy. What do you want to share? Anything you want to share. I'm giving you all the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. It's about 20 seconds, about 14 seconds. So go ahead. Whatever you want to say. Just make sure it's clean because this is a family channel. Bless you. So yeah. Oh, and it's gonna be just in time for me to pick my child up. Ain't that something? 2:21. So yeah, when I stop at the 2 hour mark, it'll be time for me to go. Good, Tracy Anderson. You're so intelligent. You dropped it. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please tune in daily for Geeky Girls Journals. Thought of the Day YouTube live stream broadcast times are 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 a.m. CST, 10 a.m. MST, 9 p.m. PST. Look at you over there, Mr. Terry. You got it all together. See what I mean? People coming together to help this geeky girl out. That's what I'm talking about. All love. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. I really do. I appreciate you. I appreciate you and you and you and you and you. Yes. So 3 minutes left. Well, not even three, 2 minutes left. Anybody else? Anybody else? Six. How you doing over there? You still holding on? Reminder to share your YouTube channel's link in this YouTube live stream. There we go. There you go, Tracy, coming in on the second channel. Yes, get it all in. Share both channels out. Who else? Anybody else want to share? Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. Let's see the off. Don't let the plate pass you by. If we were in churches, well, now I don't see the offering plates anymore. I mean, you got apps. We just get the money on the app. So don't let the digital currency pass you by. Lisa, where you at? Lisa. Yes, make sure you chime in. What am I forgetting? What am I forgetting to say? Mm, I think that's it. I think that's it, you all. So I'm gonna go 1 more minute. Anybody else have anything? Anybody have a line today? Anybody have a video? Miss Betty already told us about her stuff. Tracy, you have anything? Mr. Terry, anybody? Anybody? Everybody? Okay, we got about 54 seconds left. Anybody else? No takers. Okay. Um, if all minds are clear, no more questions, comments, and concerns. If you would like to do a collab with me, please let me know. Definitely, if you're somebody I've already engaged with, just you can send me a message or a DM on Instagram. I'm at Geeky Girls Journal, and you'll see the same avatar, the same everything across the board. If you're on TikTok, if you're on Twitter, Threads, wherever you are, you can send me a message, a DM. Or if you don't have any of those social platforms, like I just stick on YouTube, this is my jam, this is what I do, I'm not going nowhere else. Just find one of my videos and comment under it. I will get back to you. I don't care what video it is. We don't have to make this complex. It's a simple situation. So put a comment under it, and then we'll see what happens from there. I will say, if I'll just say, okay, submit your request. I'm gonna look at your channel, and if we're a great fit, then there we go. We're gonna talk about it. Okay. All right. If there's nothing else, we're at the 2 hour mark. I will see you all tomorrow at 12 p.m. Don't forget, if you would like to collab, we can try to make that work. My times are gonna start being more flexible because my kids only have 2 more weeks of school. Well, this is the last 4 weeks. So after that point, I'll be able to set my schedule, be a little bit more freed up. So let me know. We'll talk about it. Okay. Hope I didn't miss anybody in the comment section. Thank you, Great Live. Thank you, Tracy, Deacon, Mr. Terry Jones. What advice you give a new content creator in selecting moderators for their YouTube channel? Okay, me personally, I need to see your face a lot, and I would have had to have lots of interaction with that person. And although I have not met my moderator in person, I've spent a lot of time on YouTube with this person, and I feel very comfortable with the person that they appear to be on YouTube. And also have had conversations outside this platform, or other social media platforms. I look at their page also. I like what this person's about. They're really consistent, very supportive, very, very engaged. And I see that their personality is the same whenever I see them on YouTube. They can be on their own channel. They may be a guest on somebody else's channel on their panel. And I see that that person is consistent, like their personality. So I think that she is being her authentic self. And there's nothing that's, my gut feeling hasn't said, that's not the right person. In fact, it said, okay, hey, this is a good person. So I tend to go with that. And that's why I have not selected a lot, because I'm very cautious about who I will let be my moderator, because moderators have a little bit of control. They have as much control as you can give them, but they're able to boot people out. They're able to do certain things like that. And I like to engage with people. I like to hear people's thoughts and perspectives. So I want to know that it's a moderator that can kind of handle the things that I'm looking for. And that's what I look for. I'm just looking for somebody that I can trust on this platform, trust to do the right thing, or trust to do what I think that they can do as far as what I can see. Because again, I've never met my moderator in person. but she's very consistent and very supportive and very all the other things that I'm looking for. I won't have to say them on here, but I'd say whatever it is that you're looking for in a moderator, look for that person and be watchful. Be watchful and see how they engage and interact with other people. See how they are on their channel if they have a channel. How do they engage with you? How do they respond to the people in the comments? All that is important to me. Like, I don't want anybody being a moderator who's on there telling people off on my channel. No, I don't. No, no, no. But I do want a moderator that knows how to maintain the control. If somebody comes in here doing things that is inappropriate or talking sideways or doing whatever, I want them to have the ability to be able to say, okay, I don't think she would like this. Get rid of it. And my moderator has done that even without me saying so. So I know I made a great choice. And I don't see myself getting anybody else unless she does not have to do it. She does it free of charge. God bless her. And if she's here, if she will hear this later, thank you very much. It's official Jamia that I'm talking about. She is a blessing to this channel because I don't even remember how she became a moderator. I think I might have just selected her one day and she accepted and she just kept doing it. So that's what I would do. I would be really, before I just select somebody, I will watch them. I would make sure that they're making moves that I agree with. I would make sure that they have the temperament and that I know she is awesome, isn't she? And I'll make sure that they have some home training and that they know how to deal with others and that also, she has her own YouTube channel, so she knows the ins and out of YouTube. I'll be back tomorrow. Thank you, Miss Betty. I'll see you tomorrow. I know you'll be here. So that's what I would do. Yeah. All right. Any other questions before we wrap up? Reminder to share your YouTube channel's link in this YouTube live stream broadcast. Please type GGJ. Thank you for the reminder, Minister and Reserve Deacon Mr. Terry Jones. Okay, if that's it, I will let you all go, and I have to go pick up my daughter. So I will see you all tomorrow at 12. What's the topic? I don't know. Look for it. It'll be up maybe, or I'll just pop up with it. So see you all later. Have a great rest of your day. And remember, do what works for you. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Do what works for you. Once you figure it out, stick to it, do more of that. If it stops working, try something else. Don't make it difficult. Don't lose sleep over it. Don't be anxious. Be anxious for nothing. Be anxious for nothing. If you have some issues with anxiety and things of that nature, don't be afraid to seek out help and pray about it. Right? Pray about it. Ask the Lord to lead you. Also, prayer, Minister Terry. That was the other thing. You pray about it. Pray about it. If if you feel calm in choosing that person, then that's who you go with. That's what I did. So, all right. If that's it, I will see you all tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good rest of your day. And thanks for coming. Thank you all for coming in. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming.